Hello, Cancer. Welcome to your reading. Um, your reading is very interesting, Cancer. I see two high priestesses, and I also see a conclusion drawn based on love. We have lust. Lust. Somebody was lusting after somebody. I don't know if it was you or your person, but somebody was lusting after somebody. But it was kind of complicated. Okay? We get the complicated card. Um, let's see what complicated is all about. It says, "My sweet one, wouldn't it be nice if life were always simple and things were obvious and transparent? Sometimes there are so many elements to consider that it may be next to impossible to understand them all in the moment, especially when you most want to find an answer. Right now, things are complex, and only time will help you put all of the pieces of the puzzle together. Just remember, simple can also be boring, and complications can make for deeper, more mature experiences. Don't try to figure this one out. Just be open and follow the threads of life's mysterious web." So you're dealing with some sort of situation that's complicated, and your advice is just to go with the flow. It's really not up to you to figure out a certain situation. I mean, source is going to figure this situation out for you. We have a high priestess of water, and we also have beauty. You could be dealing with a water sign who's very beautiful: Scorpio, Cancer, Pisces. Um, let's see what the high priestess of water has to say. This person has come into your life to remind you that all things change, okay? So, you could be dealing with somebody that changed. And it said, "All things change like the powerful element she represents." So, water is always changing, right? Water can change from a liquid to a solid, it can change to ice, it can melt and go back to liquid. So, this person is reminding you that all things change, okay? Water is a transforming element that flows in rivers, makes waves in the vast ocean, turns to hard, cold ice, and disperses as hot steam. Water can change into snowflakes, white, fluffy clouds, and rain. When you draw the symbol of water, it signifies a time when things in your life are changing shape right before your very eyes. Again, you're being told to go with the flow, as these changes are powerful signs of wondrous experiences, lessons, and gifts. Even if you don't understand these changes at the moment, you will later. Okay? So somebody could be doing things like changing up on you, Cancer. This person's changing up on you. They may have said one thing one day and then the next day they say another thing. This is somebody that's changing. Even though this person seems to change, or they either change a lot or they will be changing, you may find them beautiful with this card. Every rose has its thorns. Oh, I heard this song yesterday on the radio when I went to church. It says that Guns N' Roses song about every rose has its thorns. Every rose has its thorns. And the symbol of beauty reminds you that beauty is never perfect, just as the beautiful experiences you have will not be perfect forever. So, okay, you could be dealing with somebody who has a little bit of a thorny side. They're not perfect. But the experiences you have with this person will not last forever, okay? Because this person is changing. They're changing. I don't know if they're pregnant or what's going on with them, but for some reason they're changing. Okay? Even flowers, like flowers don't stay the same all the time, right? They start off as a little seed and they grow. And it says, when you revel in the beauty that is true, you can look at yourself in the mirror and realize that you are already perfect as you are. When you choose this symbol, it is a sign that beauty is all around you. Keep a positive attitude, expect wonderful things, and they will come to you. See yourself as beautiful and know that beauty is not skin deep. It includes qualities that lie beneath the surface. Look for this true beauty in others as well, and always look beyond appearances. So this rose is telling you to look beyond appearances. Even though you're attracted to this water person, you need to look deep down inside them and beyond appearances. You can't just be like, well, this person's beautiful, so I want to be with them. You can't do that, right? Now we also have a high priestess of earth, high priestess of earth in this situation. And a summon, you may be summoning this person. So, high priestess of earth, you're being encouraged to take care of your health and your body. This is the time to eat well, get rest, and connect to the power of earth by walking barefoot. Be mindful, knowing you are a child of flesh and bone who came alive through the blending of earth magic and your spirit. If your question is about a situation with a friend or a love interest, know that the high priestess of earth is asking you to wait until you see tangible evidence of what you seek to understand about this relationship. Perhaps a first kiss or some shared activity will give you more insight into your question. Stay grounded and wait and see, okay? So you may not know if somebody's right for you or not until you have that first kiss with them. And in order to have that first kiss with them, you need to summon them, okay? Now with the summon card, it's talking about you creating a ritual and connecting with your spirituality. So you could be having your first kiss with someone during some sort of ritual or some sort of act of spirituality. And that's crazy, Cancer, because what it reminds me of is you could be doing something spiritual. Like maybe you're going to church or doing something spiritual, maybe meditating, and you have your first kiss with somebody, okay? Now you're going to draw a certain conclusion about love. We have the love card. You're going to draw a certain conclusion about love, okay? And with this conclusion, this is the time of endings and new beginnings. Drawing this symbol indicates that you have come to the end of some experience in your life and are about to enter a new one. Don't resist the conclusion, for endings are important experiences and will help you build a stronger foundation for your next adventure. This is also a warning to get all the facts before you draw a conclusion about someone. You can't know the whole story if you haven't read to the end. Remain open, even when an ending is final or a conclusion is correct. This is a sign that a new story is about to unfold. So, even if you were to do a background check on somebody, because that's what I do. I do background checks on people. But even if you were to do a background check on somebody and you found out all you needed to know, that's not the end of the story. There's still other things for you to observe and see. There are people who have went to jail and they changed their lives, right? So just because you see something in a background check, which those are great and reliable, don't get me wrong, doesn't mean it's the end of the story. Um What you don't see coming is belonging. House of Night, belonging. So let's see. 41. Dear one, I know you have been searching your whole life for a sense of belonging, a feeling of home and acceptance. So it's almost like, with this person or people that you're looking at, you're looking for a home where you feel accepted. You want to feel accepted and loved. So that is interesting. That is interesting. I think that's what everyone wants, though, Cancer. Everyone wants to be accepted and loved. It's talking about you being chosen to belong. The symbol also tells you that you are in the right place now. You are home. Be at home inside yourself. Learn to be comfortable in your own skin. Okay? So you'll be learning to accept yourself instead of getting different people to accept you. You're going to accept yourself. Um, let's get into the energy oracle cards that have more messages for you. This is beautiful energy because, I mean, it's almost like throughout this whole thing, you were kind of confused, but then at the very end, you accepted yourself. Okay? All right, Cancer, these are the cards you get. So, with the Lust card, you get the third angel, Archangel Chamuel. Okay? And that is 37. So it says this is a great time to move toward the completion of your desires. Your life force is vibrating with power and resonance, and your soul is calling you to direct your energy in a focused, purposeful manner. This angel of power is with you now, so go for it. So it's basically talking about if there's somebody you're interested in, you need to go for it. Don't sit on the sidelines. But it is complicated. And for the complicated aspect, we have fifth chakra, Archangel Gabriel. Tell us about the complication. Why is it complicated? You may have had trouble with expressing emotions and ideas in the past, but Gabriel is here to tell you that your soul longs to take this leap now. Be aware that true communication includes how you speak to yourself, so never deny your profound integral value. Speak up for yourself, write in your journal. Let your words flow. Now is the time to express yourself freely and fully, and the universe always honors your choice to do so. This card could also indicate that a communication project is coming, or a time of heightened communication with spirit and telepathy with others. Okay, so the person that you want to approach, it's complicated because you can't just say anything to this person and get them into bed or whatever it is you want from them. Okay, you have to be careful about how you word things and you have to write them down. Okay, maybe write down how you feel in a journal, sort out your feelings. You have to write out how you feel in order to express it the correct way, because you don't want to say something messed up to whoever you're interested in, and then they end up not wanting to be with you, right? Now, the person you're looking at, this water sign, Scorpio, Cancer, Pisces, there are some financial constraints involved with this person, okay? This person may not be able to come see you, okay? Because they're managing something. They could either be in the military or managing a house. And military, usually does make good money, but it's, financial constraints to me, it ties up to job as well. I mean, somebody could have some sort of restriction, right? Or you may have the restriction. There's a big difference between what you need and what you want. This card is telling you to take care of your needs and bide your time. Things will get better, but for now, be willing to live more conservatively and always value the money and the good things you already have. So, there's some sort of issue going on with money, and that's why either your person or you cannot see each other. With this beauty card, we have attachment. You may feel attached to somebody because you feel that they're so beautiful, or they feel that you're beautiful. So, this is a choice of letting go of somebody, okay? The stuff that's keeping you stuck could be physical addictions, emotional patterns, or even old relationships. Are you living in fear, addicted to old unhealthy habits, or so desperate about the future that you can't be happy now? If so, the change that binds you could be of your own making. This card is telling you that it's time to take the action you need to break out of your chains and move forward to an open, free, healthy, and authentically happy life. It may take some courage and effort to let go, but know that you are capable of doing it. Until you do, the difficult energy will just repeat itself, keeping you stuck. So either you or your person has some sort of attachment or cycle they're trying to break, okay? They may be, they're beautiful, but there's a certain attachment they're trying to break. I don't think it's a drug addiction. I think, with this attachment, it's more of something rooted in the family. Sometimes a lot of our problems come from our family, and it's not that we don't love our family. We love our family a lot, right? It's just the fact that sometimes we learn bad habits and things from our family. Like say if like somebody grew up and while they were growing up they got called idiot, and that's just an example. And then when they get older, they call their child an idiot, and it's some sort of old pattern this person's trying to get rid of, either you or your person. And y'all could have been attracted to each other because of that. Y'all may have had the same old patterns together. But you're dealing with a water sign, so this person's changing. Or you could be changing because you're a water sign. Now, with the high priestess of earth and taking care of yourself, we have the magician and the mirror. The magician and the mirror. So this is all about knowing and using your true power. Okay. So your true power is based in self-love, it being on top of that card. You need to claim your power and embrace your intentions in your heart and in your daily life. Direct your destiny, and the midst of the future will clear into brilliant reality. So it's talking about you being more direct about what you want out of life. You can't have, opposites, right? I mean, for example, say if you wanted a woman who a woman or a man who picked on you every day, and that was what you wanted. You can't wish for that and then at the same time wish for somebody who's calm and stable. It's either one or the other. You can't have both. And so it's telling you, when you're taking care of yourself, to be careful what you manifest while you're taking care of yourself. While you're meditating, be careful what you manifest. Now with this summon card, we have caring connections. So when you're manifesting, you need to think about what it is you want out of a caring connection, okay? So you need to be on the lookout for new connections presenting themselves. The relationships you already share may become more intimate, purposeful, or present at this time. Notice the opportunities to forge new or deeper bonds. There may be a tender karmic connection at hand, okay? When I think of a tender karmic connection, I think of somebody who may be sensitive. Either you or your person are sensitive. I don't know. I don't think it's wrong to be sensitive. I just think some people are, okay? Um, with love, you have goddess of the moon. Goddess of the moon, okay? Which is 52. Somebody could really be into the moon. Somebody you love could love the moon. I don't know. So you're going within, intuition, going within. So some sort of intuition is telling you something, okay, about love. You're trying to follow your intuition when it comes to love. This card could also indicate a significant blossoming of psychic ability and mediumship, even on a professional level. Okay? The person you're interested in could be psychic. Their abilities could just be blossoming. So it's not like, their abilities are fully developed. Their abilities are blossoming. You also have the power to get intuitive information on all types of issues, and now is the time to use it, okay? We have conclusion here, and that is door to spirit. So it's almost like, in order to get closer to this person, you're going to have to get closer to spirit. And this is a spiritual awakening and new beginning. This door opens to truly unlimited potential, for the changes that happen here reach deep into the core of your being. As such, this card often heralds your increasing powers in the spiritual arts and a deepening connection with the spirit world. Don't be surprised if you find yourself becoming more intuitive, more aware of spirit's presence, or more powerful in your own healing practices. Now is the time to open up to the unexpected guidance and inspiration of spirit and to the magic and power of your true identity. Okay? So it's telling you to be more spiritual. Okay? And that's probably the conclusion you're going to draw, is that instead of getting with any particular person, you need to get closer to source. And I'd hate to tell you that, because it's not that I don't love source. It's just that a lot of people come here and they're like, I want to find the one. I want to find the one. I want to find the one. And okay, but in order to find the one, you have to be close to source. You can't just you know, go after somebody and get them and then you got what you want. It's not like shopping at a grocery store. Finding a spouse is not like going to a grocery store and just buying somebody and owning somebody. You know, you have to get close to source because source is going to be the one that tells you all things. And if you're not close to source, then you're just relying on your mind or your own intuition, and both of which could lead you wrong. You need to connect to source so that source can tell you who's the one for you. You need to pray about it, is what I'm saying. Like, you can't just, judge somebody or look at them and be like, that person's not for me. No, you have to talk to source about it because source is the one that knows, and source will tell you if you're open to listening to source. Ugh. So these are abundance cards, Cancer. I've been wanting to get these for a long time and I finally got them. Um so this is what I see going on, Cancer, with your abundance gifts. We have liberation and receiving. The doubts and fears still come up. You don't believe anymore that they're you. Okay? So you're being liberated from something. You're receiving liberation. Every day it becomes easier to receive the highest divine plan and to trust my inner guidance. So somebody may be letting you go or you're letting them go, but you're receiving liberation, okay? And here's another word for liberation: freedom. Freedom and acceptance. You're accepting freedom. Radical acceptance in the now opens the flow and freedom. I no longer want this fiery ring of resentment to block the good. Release me from its bonds. So there's some sort of ring of resentment surrounding you. And in order to be fully free, you have to ask God to release you from the bonds, right? Release you from the resentment. There's something about the past that you need to let go in order to have full freedom, okay? And in order for you to have freedom, you need to accept the now, right? Stop looking at the past. This person did me wrong, that person did me wrong. I can't trust nobody no more. That's blocking you from what you want. Okay? And you can have freedom in a relationship. Some people think that when they're in a relationship there is no freedom. You can have freedom in a relationship, but you've got to be open to it. You're not open to freedom if you're the type of person who's always checking on somebody, always jealous, always never trusting. That's not freedom. That's attachment. And attachment is caretaking and wanting to solve other people's problems, and attachment causes a lot of suffering. You've got to let go of the past. Now, something you were looking at was a delusion, and this card was over the High Priestess of Earth. Delusion. Intention without surrender can be a fast path to delusion. So you could have some sort of intentions towards somebody, but if y'all aren't surrendering to each other, this is delusion, right? It kind of reminds me that two people, that talk online and they're always like, "Yeah, we're gonna meet someday," and they never do. Now with this delusion card, you get self-love. Let the wall fall that separates me from being my own inner child. I long to take care of myself like never before. So this is really even not the time, to be going after people and trying to use them to love you, because that is a delusion, okay? Nobody's going to love you like you can love you. And apparently with this reading, you've been through a lot, and the only way to get rid of this fiery ring of resentment is to love yourself, okay? Now you're going to be changing too. You were dealing with a water sign that was changing. You're going to be changing too, because we have expansiveness and deepening. Eternity is far more creative than the rigid, constrained, and exhausted ego. So you have all this space to create. And it's telling you to let go. I'm not saying let completely go of your ego, because I've read psychology books, and if we didn't have an ego, our personality would be fragmented. But there's something here going on with your ego, and your ego may be rigid and constrained, and it's telling you to look at eternity, versus your ego. So you're expanding and you're deepening. Once you're on earth for enough lifetimes, your old soul will begin to long for non-grasping, detachment, and surrender. They bring the peace of God. So you could be an old soul that's been reincarnated multiple times on this earth. But it's talking about you longing for detachment and surrender, and that brings the peace of God, okay? I'm going to get some crystal cards for you, Cancer. This is an interesting reading. I'm learning a lot of things myself, but with me, I have to read certain things to remember them, and I have to read those things over and over again to remind me. Because love is not having or owning or any of that. Love is the direct experience with the essential self. And I wrote that somewhere. But, every now and then I forget it, because that's not what we were taught growing up, right? Growing up, we were taught, oh, love is, being married, it's owning somebody. We were taught all these negative things about love. And so these are the crystal cards. And we're going to get into your crystal cards. I'm laughing because there was somebody I was watching earlier who has a similar reading for Cancer about two people wanting Cancer. And I didn't know my reading was going to do the same thing. I didn't know it was going to do that. I had too much soup yesterday. You know how, like, sometimes we can eat a lot of soup, and soup has a lot of salt in it, depending on what kind of soup you get. And I'm just feeling very thirsty today. So thirsty. All right. So for your crystals, we have rhodosite. And I'm just learning these crystals, so it's not like, I'm gonna pull them out and have them memorized and all that. Karmic imprints from your past lives or emotional wounds from earlier in your present life may be creating a state of psychosomatic disease. Your own negative or compulsive thought patterns also play a part, as can those of other people directed towards you. Check out the harmony or lack of it in your environment. Earth energies may be disrupting your well being. The ground around your workplace and your home may need healing and stabilizing by planting suitable crystals in the earth. So, you need to live in a healthy, stable environment to create a stable physical body. So, the environment you're in right now, it's probably not healthy and stable, and that's why some of you may be having problems with health at this time. Because if you're not in a healthy, stable environment, it's not going to create health for you. We also have trigonic quartz 23. You're an eternal spirit on a human journey. As a result, you may feel that Earth is not your true home, but remember that you are here for a purpose. Expand your awareness, restructuring your physical and subtle bodies, beliefs, and realities. Birth your soul fully on Earth if you feel alienated. Meditation triggers your soul's full potential and purpose. In reintegrating fragments of your soul, you bring about wholeness. So you have some sort of missing fragments going on, okay? And from the gist of this reading, what I'm getting is that some of you have used relationships for those missing soul fragments. I don't know who you lost in your family or what happened in your life, but going from relationship to relationship does not bring the soul fragments back, okay? So you need to slow down and bring back those soul fragments, instead of finding a wife or a girlfriend or a husband or boyfriend, okay? You need to be honest to achieve success, okay? There's somebody you're dealing with and you need to be honest. Reach beyond apparent reality and karma, let go of conflicts, renegotiate soul contracts, heal soul traumas and the etheric blueprint. Expel toxins from the physical and subtle bodies to download higher frequency spiritual energies and integrate the light body. Your soul provides everything you need for well being, okay? So you can literally heal yourself, but there are certain soul contracts that could also need to be renegotiated. Somebody who could have been interested in you, maybe they're not interested in the terms of the contract anymore. Like usually attracts like, and so if somebody was attracted to you because you were acted a certain way, they're not attracted anymore, by the terms of the contract. They want the contract changed. And or you could want the contract changed. We have anandalite. I think it's funny, that stone right there. I didn't know there was a stone named Anandalite, and I think it's funny because my name is Amanda. It's not Ananda, but Anandalite reminds me of my name, Amanda. So anyway, let's look up Anandalite. You have the potential to live in a completely different dimension of consciousness. Recognize that you previously operated with a narrow band of awareness. Attune to flashes of divine light within your soul. Let feelings of separation fall away. Embrace unity. Enlightenment can happen right now. You are part of everything, and everything is part of you. You are here to experience cosmic consciousness, transform your goals, and seek a new direction. You have exceptionally clear sight now. Stripped to the bone as the old falls away. Do not despair. New light is infused. When you transform your awareness, humanity experiences a quantum shift. We also have appetite. Appetite. So you're transforming some sort of awareness and you're accepting things with appetite, acceptance. Clear away confusion or guilt. Accept the truth about yourself. You're a complex being with credits and deficits. Recognize these without judgment. Move away from aloofness or social alienation and show others who you truly are. Use your perspicacity. I don't know what perspicacity means. I think it means talking, but I learned that word in high school. I just can't remember what it means. You have much to offer by way of service as you access insights for the collective good. Be inspired, discern truth within, recognize what is real in your world, and restructure your reality. Don't be deceived by false fronts. See what is beneath. Develop your metaphysical perception. Things improve steadily. Understand that circumstances are merely learning opportunities. It is time to be of service to others. Teach what you know, and your intuition knows what's best for you. Okay? We also have Flint, and I really didn't expect to get this card, in your spread, but I've never heard of Flint. I mean, I've heard of the word, but not. So you're a person with profound inner depths. Do not be afraid to explore this hidden side. It contains treasure beyond knowing, together with attitudinal karma and repressed emotions affecting well-being. Flint connects you to your ancestors, a natural traveler. You know how to negotiate the shamanic underworld to obtain healing insights. Strengthen your boundaries. Cut through the confusion to the heart of to the core of the matter. You need to do soul retrieval, okay? Soul retrieval is necessary if you left any part of yourself in another life or an abusive childhood experience. So you need soul retrieval to get your soul fragments back, okay? An unwelcome visitor from the past can be left behind, but recognize lessons before you move on. So somebody may have come back into your life, and at this point, you can leave them behind, okay? But recognize the lessons they came here to teach you before you move on, okay? Paying attention to energetic boundaries and core strength, cutting detrimental ties, and strengthening your connection to the planet maintains well-being. This person also can represent a Scorpio. Timing is Scorpio, okay? So you could have had a Scorpio come back into your life that, and they were from the past, but they were here to teach you something, okay? You also have Herkimer Diamond. Herkimer Diamond. Keep careful notes of your dreams as they reveal the underlying causes of your dis-ease. You may be particularly sensitive to EMF frequencies, radioactivity, and detrimental earth energies. You may also be psychically sensitive and need to clear a blocked third eye. So your third eye could be blocked at this time. Check that you are not living on a negative earth energy line. You may be addicted to your tablet or mobile device and receiving detrimental vibes therefrom. Screen yourself appropriately. Oh, it says or mobile phone, not device. You may be addicted to your tablet or mobile phone and receiving detrimental vibes therefrom. Screen yourself appropriately. High vibration, high impact energy can dramatically change your world. So me personally, like I used to be addicted to my phone, and I got rid of it. I got a home phone now, and there's all sorts of ways around carrying a cell phone. A lot of people carry a cell phone because of safety, but there's a service out there called Life Alert where you can get a button that you carry around in your car. You don't need a cell phone for safety. You can get a Life Alert. But I'm not saying you have to get rid of your cell phone. Some people are great with, turning their cell phone off all day and just turning it on for when they're driving or when they really need it. Me personally, my personality is kind of addictive, so I just got rid of cell phone altogether. And I figure that I look at this computer screen enough, so I don't need to be looking at a cell phone as well, And cell phones, when we look at them too much, they take away the melatonin in our brain and they prevent us from sleeping. Okay. You also have smoky quartz celestial. Smoky quartz celestial. You have a powerful survival instinct and ability to go where others dare not. Transmute the past. Realize that darkness is not evil. Facing your greatest fears turns these into golden gifts. You know that death is only a transformation into another state of being. Take responsibility for your life. Don't let others take control. So, to me, this kind of reminds me of past lessons. Sometimes we let people from the past control our lives. And I'm not even talking about, the Scorpio that could have come into your life again. I'm talking about, if something bad happened in the past, like in your childhood, like in your way past, you could be letting somebody else control your life and run the show. And it's telling you not to do that. Be patient. Much stirs beneath the calm surface. Total transformation is close. It may entail a trip to the underworld. Your shadow becomes your brightest gift. Toxic emotions turn to positive regard. Ground your efforts in the everyday, but retain contact with higher realms. Success comes through dedication and trust in your abilities. Mentors are available. Release yourself from old attachments. No part of you is evil or bad. Embracing your shadow leads you to healing hidden in the darkest reaches of yourself. And we also have Shiva Lingam, and that is your last crystal for today. So what is that? This is about integration, okay? Integration. And this is about some sort of union. Be compassionate with yourself to heal. You have masculine and feminine and other dualities within your being. Integrate these to release your creative power. So, this type of stone is produced from the tumbling waters. Life shapes you in the same way, so go with the flow. Soul scoring reveals your divine core. If you were hurt or abused, be compassionate with yourself to create healing on all levels. So you need to get back to basics and put passion back into your life. Honor your libido and creative fire. Create balance. Expect a new relationship or revitalize an old one. Cut ties where appropriate. Remember, you create through the power of thought. Everything passes. In a turbulent time, unexpected benefits emerge. True relationship transcends earthly experience. It is rooted in soul unification and unconditional love. So if you're looking for, a true relationship, it's going to be rooted in soul unification and unconditional love. So I don't know, if soul unification means you two unite your souls, or what's going on. I know that you need to restore certain soul fragments to your soul. But as far as unconditional love goes, unconditional love is about accepting ourselves for who we are, right? The world will tell you that unconditional love is you get married and you put up with whatever somebody does to you. That is not unconditional love. That is mental illness, okay? And I know I'm offending some people, but I don't care. Yes, it is mental illness to let somebody abuse you or hurt you. That is not unconditional love, okay? Unconditional love is when you accept yourself for who you are and you're honest enough to tell people about who you are so that they know it's okay to be their authentic selves as well, right? So for example, say if I liked gardening and I told somebody, hey, I like to garden, and they liked gardening too, and they felt comfortable telling me that they liked gardening. That is something we have in common, but it's also both of us accepting that part of ourselves with unconditional love. Okay. Unconditional love is not putting up with anything and everything somebody does to you. And I even have a Bible case from when I was a little kid that says love bears all things, and it's quoting Corinthians, and I disagree. I don't think love puts up with everything. I think unconditional love is when we love ourselves, and when we love ourselves, then we can get a good relationship with somebody else. Okay. So that's all I have, Cancer. um you have a lot of work to do. Like, no offense, but like, you have a lot of healing work to do, because it seems like you have all these options, and you're looking at all these options, for like a place you can call home, or a place where you can feel at home. But the only place you're going to feel at home is when you love and accept yourself. Okay. It's not going to be because some woman or some man wants to be with you. It's going to be you loving and accepting yourself. And so you have a lot of work to do in that arena. And it's almost like there's somebody that you love and you want to talk to them, but the words are not coming out right. Okay. The words are not coming out right. And because the words are not coming out right, you need to write them down. There's two people you could be looking at, and whoever you're in love with, you need to write something for them before you just talk to them. Like, you can't just, show up and get whatever you want. You have to write a letter to convey your words so that you don't say something crazy, right? And a lot of people do that. A lot of people, when they're writing an email or writing a letter, it slows them down to where they can think about what they want to say, and they can say the right thing. Um, so something's going on where you need to write a letter in order to be able to say what you need to say. And I know, like, writing letters, not really a lot of guys do that, I don't think. But if you're a guy, I encourage you to still do it. Because writing a letter helps you decide what you want to say. I need to drink more water because my throat's acting up this morning. Could have had too much salt yesterday, and I need to work on that. I recently quit sugar. I mean, I didn't quit sugar completely, but I quit eating like the big desserts because sugar can mess with your moods. Um, I'm just trying to improve myself, and that's what we all need to be working on. But I wish you luck, Cancer, because it's a delusion to think that one person is going to bring you all of your happiness and love. Nobody can bring you love. Nobody does that. You have to bring love to yourself or talk to God. Nobody can bring you love, okay? Thank you.